The case of the Loudun Nuns in 1632 is one of the best examples not only of an old-school satanic panic, but of a politically and personally motivated literal witch hunt. Father Urbain Grandier was a French Roman Catholic priest who served several roles in the church. He lived in the small but prominent town of Loudun and was well known among the local people. He was handsome, charismatic, and spoke eloquently. But despite his popularity among the local townspeople, Grandier caught the eye of the local government for his political outspokenness and his clear disdain for Cardinal Richelieu, who was prominent not only in the Catholic Church, but also in the political arena, and was a foreign secretary in the French government and a chief minister to King Louis XIII. Grandier was a marked man once Richelieu caught wind of his dislike for him, and was singled out for destruction by the cardinal. All he needed was an excuse, and he found one. At a cloistered convent in Loudun for Ursuline nuns, there lived a woman named Jeanne des Anges. She was the Mother Superior. She was physically deformed and mentally unstable, lived entirely for her religion, closed off from the world. This is the type of fractured mind that gives birth to demons. Although Grandier was known as a bit of a Casanova, he chose his lovers from the upper echelons of society, rich, connected, beautiful women, not overly pious hunchbacks who knew deep down a man like him would never want her. This burned holes in her all the way to her soul, and as her obsession with Father Grandier deepened, as her madness grew, it spread to the other nuns in the convent. Their collective isolation, her influence over them, and the depth of her insanity created a fierce egregore, a demon felt and thought into being by their shared delusions and fantasies. The Mother Superior told tales to the leaders of the church that Father Grandier had seduced her, that he was a witch, and he had made a pact with the devil, and that hordes of demons were possessing all the nuns in the convent. Crowds would gather outside the convent to spectate the shenanigans that went on there. Theatrical convulsions, screaming, ranting and raving, sex acts. And the men of the church were very eager to witness the blasphemous spectacle. Although there is no historical evidence that Grandier had ever been to the Loudun convent, had ever met Jeanne des Anges, and the fact that he was never a confessor to the nuns, he was still convicted of witchcraft, heresy, of making pacts with the devil, and sexual misconduct with the nuns. He denied every single one of the charges. On August 18th, 1634, Father Urbain Grandier was burned at the stake for absolutely fucking nothing, except the ravings of a sexually repressed religious madwoman and the bruised ego of God's most pious monster. What's your take on the Loudun nun case? Was it holy justice served? An old-school satanic panic? Or good old political fuckery? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit that heart, follow, share, and save.